Good morning, everyone. Okay, let me just see if I can get this camera set up a little bit better. There we go. That's a bit better, I think. Good morning. The sun's going in and out, so I've got my blind all the way down. So that's the lighting situation here at the moment. So I'll just find you on my laptop. So bear with me a moment. I think I found you. Yes. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Hi, Deb. How are you today? Did you get your order from my launch? I'm pretty sure you would have, because you would have been in touch by now if you hadn't have. I got my coffee. I hope you've got your cuppa. Oh, it's so nice. Well, today I can guarantee you that you won't have a little dog barking because she's at the groomer's. So she's not here. So I'll pick her up after we've done this. So today I'm going to play with the Daffodil Daydream bundle, mainly the stamp set, and the paper that's in the Sale-a-bration catalogue that you can get for free. So if you buy the Daffodil bundle, it is $96.25 with the stamp set and dies, and you can get this paper that matches the suite, the bundle, for free. Hi Noreen, nice to meet you. Say hello, do some comments so I can see what's going on. So this was my first practice. I have made twisted gatefold cards before, but this was the one I just whipped up using this bundle. So we're going to make another one with the Daffodil Daydream stamp set and the papers from the from Sale-a-bration. So I shall put my phone up into the holder and we can get started. So just bear with me. You got your order. That's really good, Deb. Now I'm just got to make sure that I don't hit any of the buttons on the new phone, because the buttons are in a different spot to my old phone. So I don't want to turn it all off and have it go haywire. I'll just zoom it in a bit. Is that okay? Let me just see. Oh yeah, that's all right. It looks okay on my laptop. So okay. So this is the card. This is the type of card we're going to make today. It's called a twisted gatefold card. I think it's very appropriate because I'm a bit twisted. But it's just a bit different. Now, it doesn't obviously fit into a standard envelope. You'd have to make your envelope, or maybe get a square envelope for it to fit in. Or if I was giving it with a gift, I would put it inside, wrap it up with the present, or put it in the gift bag and do a little tag for the outside of the present. That's how I would get around the envelope situation. So yeah, this is what we're going to do today. So we're using, I'm glad you got your order, Deb. I can't remember, did you get the daffodils? I think you did. I can't remember. Okay, so this is the stamp set. You get 2 sprays of daffodils, a single one and 3 and a bud, little butterfly, some splotches, this filigree stamp, and a happy Mother's Day and Easter blessings. So that's the stamp set. I didn't get the dies out because I'm not actually using the dies, but we'll look at it in the catalogue. So I don't think it shows the dies on it, no. So the dies are down here. So I've made other things, other cards with the dies. So this is one I've made with the dies. It's another one. These ones are just all with the stamp set. Oh, and I've cut the flowers out, so they're the dies. But these are the dies that make the daffodils without stamping. So that's the dies, and this is the stamp set. And like this one, I just pretty much, where is it? This one I pretty much just sort of cased the caddy, making it similar. And same with this one. Although I've used other design, the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. Don't tempt you. I thought you got the daffodils. I'm sure somebody at my launch got the daffodils. I'll have to have a look. I'll try not to tempt you. So this is the one I sort of cased from the caddy in similar tones and things like that. So if you lack inspiration, case the cards from the catalogue, and that sort of spurs you on. So if you buy the bundle, as I said, it's over the $90. So therefore you're eligible to get the free daffodil paper, which is really lovely. So this is the paper. I'll move my catalogues away. This is the paper from the Sale-a-bration brochure. So the card I made, I used this one, and with the black and, it's not actually white. White isn't the base colour in this packet of paper, it's vanilla, which I don't think there are any packets of paper in the catalogue at the moment that have a vanilla base. So that's interesting. So that's the one I just did the reverse sides. So this is the one we're going to use for the card we're going to make today. That one's a bit full on, I think, for me, but it could make a lovely card just using it as your card pan, like as your layering piece on your card front. And that's just a checkered background. This one is the really good one because you can cut it in half, and depending on whether you want to do landscape or portrait cards, you can get 6 portrait cards out of this, or 4 landscape, I think. I'm going to do something with that hopefully later today. I won't try and put it back in because it never works when I'm doing a video. That's another one in the packet, and that's the background to that one, so it's nice. And that's just nice and plain. It's sort of like little love hearts. Oh, I should just say hearts. And when Olivia was little, she used to call them love hearts, and when she wrote her name, she'd put the dot on her eyes. In Olivia would be a little heart. That's really pretty, like that one. And this is the one I used on the first card I made, and that's the one we're going to use today. So that's the paper from the Sale-a-bration brochure that matches this bundle. I really like it when you get paper that matches a bundle because it helps create beautiful cards. And it also gives you a colour guide of the colours, the cardstock colours that they've used in the papers, so it gives you a guide as to the colours. And also I've used this layering circle dies, which I use heaps. They're great to have in your stash, and they go through the mini cut emboss machine. Just a little side note. Okay, so we'll bring our stuff in. So this is just a standard A5 card base. So let me find, so this is the card I made the other day, so it's exactly the same. It's just a standard A5 card base. So we're going to do some scoring, and I can always send you some instructions if you need instructions. So it's just A5 card cut in half, and we're going to score at 7 centimetres. Now, don't cut, I've got to score. I moved my cutting blade out of the way. So score it at 7 centimetres and 14 centimetres on the longer side, because this side is 21 centimetres. So that gives you your fold, but then you're going to put it back in your trimmer or your scoring tool, and with the top, I'm going to stand up to do this, with the top corner in the track, like lined up in the centre of the track, and the bottom corner lined up in the centre of the track, like so. Pop it down and run your scoring blade up it so you get the diagonal, and then move it over and the top left corner down to the bottom right corner of the other side panel. You're going to run that up too. So that gives you your scored card base. So it's a standard A5 cards base, scored at 7 centimetres and 14 centimetres. Then it's scored diagonally down to that score line, and from that score line down to the corner of the card base. So we'll put that aside. Now this one I've done an extra layering. I've done a piece of the Pear Pizzazz cardstock and then the paper. I thought for simplicity for the video today, I would just do paper. I'd take the cardstock layering out. So I have pre-cut 4 pieces of 14 centimetres by 6.5 centimetres. So I'm just going to put 2 aside, and I'll get 2, and I'm going to do the same diagonal, but this one's going to be a cut. So just make sure it's centered. There we go. So I'm going to do that, and as you can see, that will go there. And I'll get this one, and I'll do the same from the left to the right. Don't know whether the sun's coming out or not today. And that's all I'm going to do so far. So I'll put my scoring trimmer thing down, and I will just move these over. You do have to make sure you score them the same diagonal to get your pieces facing up the same way. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and go over those score lines. I'll bring this one back in sort of here. So I'm going to fold this one this way. I'm going to fold this one in and fold this one this way. And that gives you your card base. See? Whoops. See? Okay, I haven't cut my vanilla for there, but that's okay. So I'm just going to move my 2 spare ones out of the way for the moment. And I'm going to get my glue. Now you can use any adhesive, but I do like the glue for this because it gives you that little bit of wiggle room when you're trying to line up the points. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. You don't have to be too heavy-handed with it. And place it over here. And get my tissue. It's not a used tissue. Okay, so that's glued down, and then I'm going to get this one, put the glue on that. Hope everyone's keeping well. My son and his partner have now got COVID. One couple get over it, the next couple go down. I'm not surprised though, because he did go to the Gold Coast last weekend, and I thought, tripping around all over the countryside, you might get COVID. Anyway, he did. So they're isolating now. But he was meant to be MC at a friend's wedding this weekend, and he can't do that, so he's a bit devastated. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. And then this other piece that I've cut diagonally, I will get my glue. hopefully they won't get too sick. Matt's about day 3 into isolation. Or day 2. No, day 3, I think. There we go. And this one. So, put that there. There we have it. So then that folds like this. So what I wanted to do with the other 2 pieces, see I've alternated there, but I've gone the same here, was I thought I might be able to cut this way for the other side. So I shall put my lid on my glue and I'll move that there. So, and then on these panels here and here, you'll have the yellow, the crushed curry and Daffodil Delight, giving it a bit of a pop of colour. So instead of using this side and cutting left to right, I'm turning it this way and I'm cutting it left to right. Is that going to be right? Oh my goodness, it does to your head in a little bit. No, it's not. I'm going to have to do it the other way. That's right, right down to left. That's right. It does, yeah, it does sort of mess with your brain a bit. That's why I didn't do it all at one time. It messes with my brain. That's the way I want it. See, and then that will come over like that, and you'll have some yellow. And the same here. It's right to left. I'm glad I had a little think about that. That could have gone very badly. Okay. So then you're using both sides of your DSP, so you know how it's always hard to choose which side to use. Well, by doing this, you get to use both sides and you see both sides. So I shall put that here. And so the glue, you can just sort of smush it around and get the points in the right spot. Whereas if you're using tape or snail or other sorts of adhesive, once you lay it down, you sort of got to try and peel it off if you haven't got the points right. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then this one is going to go here. There we go. We've been trialling a new lady at my workplace, and hopefully she's going to come on board and be offered the position and come on board, and it means I might be able to reduce my days down to 2 days a week. Probably won't happen until halfway through the year or after that, because we have to train her up. She's used to a different software program, so we'll have to train her. But she's got medical experience, so that's the main thing. Okay, so when the card's flat, you're going to have all that side, but when you fold it, you're going to have this pop of yellow showing. Whereas this one, I did the reverse sides there and there. So it's just, you can do anything with the paper. As long as you cut at the right angle, you can get all sorts of different effects. So that's that. Now I do need a piece of vanilla, which I thought I had pre-cut, but I mustn't have. So I'll just get a piece of vanilla. So I will be very pleased if I can cut down to 2 days a week, and I can do more, put more time into my little business, my stamping business. That will be the best. Okay, so that was 6.5 by 14, I think. Yes, I did 14. I probably should have done 14.4, but not to worry. I watch a lady in Chesapeake, West Virginia, Lisa Brock Freeman, on her YouTube tutorials, and she always has funny stories to tell, and I think I don't have anything funny to say. So I can't say funny stories. But anyway, she's a real character. Okay, so these are some of the layering circle dies. I did that one in the Pear Pizzazz. This one I've done in black because this card I didn't do the Pear Pizzazz layer. So I just thought the black. Oh, what a shame. I'm going to cover up that daffodil. That's the only daffodil on that piece of paper. Oh, well, it's okay. It's all good. We can put the daffodils there. So I shall put that there. I don't need my little gluey mat anymore, but I do need the daffodils. So I shall put that on a block, and I'll get my scrap paper out from underneath, so it doesn't go on this. So this is black memento ink, and I'm just going to place it anywhere. So I'm not using a whole piece to accommodate the whole stamp. I'm just using a little piece, and while I've got that out, I shall clean it and put one inside the card as well. I'll put this one inside the card. It's a beautiful stamp set, Deb, if you're still watching. I should try and tempt you. Okay, I should have probably stamped this before I put it in, but I didn't with that one either, so I might put it over this side this time. Here we go. So I'll clean that off. So I haven't put a greeting on my first one that I've made because I wasn't quite sure what sort of card I wanted it to be. So I will figure that out later. I'll put a little butterfly over here. There we go. And now it's just up to the colouring. It's a lovely stamp set to play with, so I shall put that away. I'll bring my blends in and I will have a sip of coffee. Any comments? Sorry, Deb. Sorry, not sorry. Oh dear. So it is a nice stamp set. So, and it's not hard to colour in because I can't do daffodils anything but yellow. I've seen people doing them in purples and stuff on Pinterest, and I'm thinking, no, they're yellow. You can't do that to a daffodil. But maybe I'm just boring, but I can't do anything but yellow and the green. I'm using Old Olive marker here, the light one this time. On this card I used the dark Old Olive. I hope my head's not coming in. No, good. That's good. So I think there's a bit more here. And now I use the dark Daffodil Delight blender pen, And I'm going to colour the trumpet part of the daffodil in the dark one completely. Because you know how some daffodils, the trumpets are a stronger colour. And then I'm just going to put the dark where those lines are, just to give it a bit of depth. And then I'm going to bring in my light Daffodil Delight. And that's all the blending I'm doing. So it's such a simple stamp set. You don't have a whole lot of blending to do. Well, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but why when you can just do it so quickly and easy? And this trumpet, he's falling off the paper a little bit, poor thing. I think I might have said once before that we had lots of daffodils at Liserow in our garden, in our front garden, in our house at Liserow, and I used to love it when they all flowered. I've planted them here at East Gosford, but they don't seem to, they flowered one year, but then last year they didn't. So I don't know why. It's not that, climate wise, it's not that different. We're not that far away from where we were, so. Okay, so just putting the dark colour on those lines, and that helps you sort of know where the dark should be. And then with your light one, I just come back and go over it and fill in the gaps. Okay, so that's that one done. I'll bring this one in and I'll use my dark old olive here. And just do the leaves. It's a bit boring just watching me colour, I know. That's why I don't like doing too much colouring projects. And then once again I'm going to do the whole trumpet in the dark Daffodil Delight marker. And then when I decide what sort of card it's going to be, whether it's going to be a birthday card or a Mother's Day card, I don't do Easter cards. Yeah, I've just never done them. I do chocolate. I will probably put the sentiment. Yeah, I'm not sure where I'll put the sentiment. Maybe that's why I haven't finished it off yet, because I'm just not sure where it should go. That's that. And I'll just grab some other colour for the butterfly. What's that colour? Dark petal pink. Is that? Oh yeah, that's nice. That shall do. And then I got my Wink of Stella pen, and I just went over my daffodil a bit, give it a bit of a glimmer. And my butterfly. And then here, just on the daffodil, I'll just squeeze a bit more. Yeah, that's coming out. Just on the daffodil. I didn't do the stalks. Looks like you're the only one that's stuck with me, Deb. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, just make sure that Wink of Stella's dried, and I'll get my snail and place it on my scallop circle. And then fold it in, fold it in, and I'm going to put it here right on top of that daffodil. But I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this half, because if you put it on both halves then the card doesn't open. So I'm just lining it up so it's sort of, the edges are the same place as the edges of the card. That's probably enough. There we go. And just make sure that I really want that straight, so I'm going to have to move that one. Put that there. There we go. No, I'll get it right in a minute. Now, did any of the dimensionals? No. Yay. Okay, so that's, oh, I've got to put some bling on. Of course I've got to do bling. So that's the twisted gatefold card. And I've just got these iridescent rhinestones sitting on my table, so that will do. So as I said, it doesn't fit into an envelope. That's the only, you'd have to make your own envelope. Unless you got a square envelope that was big enough. But yeah, you'd have to make it. But if I was to give this card away, I would wrap it up inside the present and put a tag on the front of the at the present. So there you go. So there's two twisted gatefold cards. I hope you like them. As I said, the bundle, the stamp set and dies in the mini catalogue are $96.25, and that's a qualifying Sale-a-bration order for the daffodil paper. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know and I can help you with an order. But it's just gorgeous to play with, and the dies are lovely as well to make cards with. So these are, that's one with the dies, and this is another one with the dies. So that's what the dies look like, and I can give you a sample of how you construct the dies when you're putting them together, because that was a little bit daunting at first. When I sort of saw all the dies, I thought, oh my goodness, where did they all go? But I've got a sample of how you lay them out and put them together. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a lovely suite of products, the Daffodil Daydreams bundle. And I hope you have a great weekend, whatever you might be doing, and a great day. The sun's come out again now, I can see it. So enjoy, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.